What is an example of the categorical imperative? Have you ever wondered how we determine what is right or wrong? One fascinating concept that helps us navigate these moral questions is the categorical imperative. This idea comes from Immanuel Kant, a key figure in German idealism and a major influence on European philosophy. The categorical imperative is a moral principle that is meant to be universal and absolute, not based on personal feelings or specific outcomes. Kant's most famous formulation states, "Act only according to that maxim by which you can at the same time will that it should become a universal law." In simpler terms, this means you should act in a way that you would want everyone else to act in similar situations. Another important aspect of Kant's philosophy is, so act as to treat humanity, whether in your own person or in another, always as an end and never as only a means. This emphasizes the importance of respecting individuals as valuable in themselves, rather than simply as tools for achieving personal goals. Now let's look at a clear example of the categorical imperative in action, the rule "do not lie." According to Kant, lying is wrong because if everyone lied, trust would disappear and communication would break down. To determine if lying is acceptable, you can ask yourself, could I want everyone to lie whenever it suits them? The answer is no, because if everyone lied, society would struggle to function. Therefore, not lying becomes a moral duty according to the categorical imperative. Another example is the rule "do not steal." Kant argues that stealing is wrong because if everyone stole, property rights would vanish, leading to chaos. The categorical imperative requires you to act in ways that would allow society to function if everyone behaved the same way. In the context of European history, Kant's categorical imperative was a response to earlier moral systems that focused on the consequences of actions or personal desires. He aimed to establish a moral law grounded in reason rather than tradition or emotion. This approach has influenced many thinkers and has shaped modern ideas about rights and responsibilities. Practical applications of the categorical imperative can be seen in arguments for universal human rights. It promotes the idea that all individuals deserve respect and dignity. This philosophy has provided a foundation for laws and social reforms that treat people as ends in themselves, not merely as means to an end. In summary, the categorical imperative is a moral rule that asks you to act only in ways that could be universal laws. Examples like not lying and not stealing illustrate how universalizing these actions would undermine society. This concept, rooted in German idealism, has significantly impacted European thought and the development of ethical and legal systems.